Oh, my heart is actually beating so fast.
Okay, hold that for it. Hold that
She
for it.
moved it and she dropped my
boys,
fucking
boys.
chip.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, let's go.
Now, just by the title and me loading into Call of the Dead, it should be obvious that I'm doing the Rainbow Perk Challenge in Call of the Dead. This could be my first try, or it could be like my 20th try. Now, I don't know when this video is going to be posted. I guess I will say that this is being recorded on the 15th of June. Now, if you're wondering why I even mentioned that it was June 15th, well, it's because I genuinely thought this was going to take over a month of grinding, because I looked on YouTube if anyone has done this before. And there was one other person that I saw that actually did this legitimately, which is Greg FPS 3 years ago. And I watched that video, and what I heard him say at the end really changed me.
This took over a month of grinding, and you guys know I've been streaming this every single day, pretty much, for over a month.
That's right. He said it took him over a month of grinding. And in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe that won't take as long for me because I do have pretty good luck. And boy, was I wrong. Yes, it didn't take me over a month, but it sure did take me a hell of a lot of attempts. And when I say a lot, I literally mean there was 80 different attempts of me trying to get the perks in the right order. Sometimes I got quick revive first, and then I downed myself, and then I just tried to do it again in the same game since I already had a weapon that can kill George very quickly. But it took me over 80 attempts, as I just said, to be able to actually get all the perks in the right order. Now, if you're not familiar with Call of the Dead or not familiar with the Rainbow Perk Challenge, I have to get the perks in this specific order on Black Ops 1, which is Jug, Double Tap, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, Mule Kick, Quick Revive, PhD, and then Deadshot. Now, you might think, well, that doesn't sound too hard because can't you just buy all the perks in that order? No, you actually cannot. There's a reason why this challenge took me over 80 attempts and over like a week and a half of grinding. That's because you are only allowed to buy 4 perks on pretty much every zombies game that isn't like a custom map. You have a 4 perk limit. So I'm able to buy Jug, Double Tap, Stamina Up, and Speed Cola, and then the rest I have to get from George on Call of the Dead. Now, it still might not sound that bad because getting 4 perks from him based off of RNG, it still doesn't sound that awful because, well, it's only 4 perks, right? Which, if you think about it this way, it really isn't. So the first perk I have to get, which is Meal Kick, okay? So there is a 25% chance at getting the right perk the first time. And then next, I have to get Quick Revive, which there is a 33% chance of getting that perk correct. And then lastly, you have a 50-50 shot at getting the right perk next, which is PhD Flopper. And well, let's just say that within 4 different attempts, I had gotten Deadshot first before PhD. And to be honest, I'll let the clips speak for themselves. Oh, moment of truth. This map fucking sucks. I'm actually gonna cry.
Get it, bro.
Kill the zombie.
Close your eyes.
Oh no.
I was pretty pissed off from what I remember. I was very angry. There was 2 different attempts. I had it literally within 4 attempts of me doing this. I had gotten 2 godly run attempts, which really hurt my soul when I saw Deadshot first. Now still, when you think about it, as how I just said it, 25% chance for the first perk, then 33, then 50. It's like, how is that probability that bad? Well, if you actually were to put those percentages together, you would get a staggering 0.04% chance at completing this challenge within 1 run of doing it. Saying it out loud like that really puts in perspective how hard this challenge really is to overcome. However, there was still one thing I haven't mentioned yet, which is dedication. This is the one thing that I have that is like really, really good about me. I am so dedicated to doing one thing that I will do it until I obtain whatever I'm trying to do. For instance, this challenge in particular, I had failed it over and over and over again. And not only did I sometimes not even get Meal Kick, or sometimes I didn't get like Quick Revive right after Meal Kick, I also died over and over and over again. How did I die? Bro, I'm actually getting angry. Before I even got some of my perks, before I even got my 5th perk, before I could even find out, will this be the run? And that was really demotivating to me when that happens, because that's just basically time wasted. I could have had this be my run, but no, I died. Now, the worst part about this challenge is the time needed. So if you got a good run where you got Meal Kick first, that's about 20 minutes of gameplay. But if you get another perk after that, if you get like Cook Revive after that, that's about 30 minutes. So you get about like 20 minutes up to see what your first perk is. And after that, you know, whatever. You have to restart, you keep going, whatever. So there is a lot of time wasted in this challenge. And I'm pretty sure there was over 24 hours of footage just from me doing this over and over and over again. So you could imagine that the amount of strain it put on me was unreal. It really was an unreal experience. Now, right now, speaking about this, I honestly don't know how I made it through this challenge because I was going insane. I just kept restarting, and this is literally all I did for like days straight. I just wanted to do this challenge. I did not think it was going to take so long. I did say at the beginning, this could take over a month, but I really wasn't being serious until I found out this challenge is a lot harder than I imagined. However, there might be some of you wondering, or maybe some of you that don't give a shit, to be honest. With the amount of attempts I have done for this challenge, there must have been a strategy that I've used for basically every single run. And yes, there actually was a strategy I used for every single run. It was always the same. I never changed it up because it was always super comfortable for me and super efficient. So in round 1, I killed every zombie with a knife, didn't use any ammo in my starting pistol. Then in round 2, I used all the ammo I could in my starting pistol. Hope I didn't get a nuke because that fucking screws up the entire flow. But get as many points as I could. And by about round 3, I had about 3,000 points to spend. So I buy this first debris here, buy the MPL, and if I have extra points, I'll buy the first door towards power, but it really doesn't matter because you still can't buy the last door to power. So towards the middle of round 3, or if you want to like do the start of round 4, you're able to turn on power now. After I turn on power, I make my way towards Jug. I buy this debris. Then after that, I trade out my 1911 and get the MP40 because the MP40 really helps a lot with being efficient about your attempts. Now after that, I set up for about 3,500 points, which is relatively easy unless you die, of course. And after that, I buy this last door here. Then I buy Jug because it's the first perk of the challenge. After I buy Jug, I make my way back to spawn, and I sit around this area where the MPL is because there's one more debris I have to buy to get the double tap. Now I set up for about 3,000 points, I buy this debris, then I buy double tap right after that. After that, I make my way back to where the MP40 is, but instead of going to the MP40, I take a left here, I drop down, and there is another debris I have to buy. It costs 750 points. Usually, I didn't have enough, so I kind of just sat in this area until I had enough points. And after that, you buy the debris. Then after that, set it for about 1,200 points, buy the AK-74U, get rid of your MPL for that, of course. You don't want to get rid of your MP40. Now, you're going to have the MP40 and the AK-74U by this point. That is if you want to do this challenge. Now by this point, you should save up for about 2,000 points. If you want to save up for even more, I would recommend saving up for a total about 8,000 points to be able to get your last 2 perks. But for me, I do 2,000 points. So I get 2,000 points, I buy this door that's right below PhD, then I go upstairs, buy the one that's right to the left of PhD. Then, after that, I just go right to the bottom of the lighthouse and kind of train in that area, wait till I have about 6,000 points to get my last 2 perks because there's still one more door you have to buy. After you have about 6,000 points, or if you run out of ammo, then just have at least 3,000. So after that, buy this door, and then I go down, buy stamina, and then after that, if I have enough points still, I will go down the slide here and then buy Speed Cola as my last and final perk that I'm able to actually buy. Now by this point, I can't buy any more perks. I have the 4 I need, so then I need to start looking for the box, which I'm hoping it isn't at the top of the lighthouse. Most of the time it was, which really sucks, but just look for the box because you're going to need to start hitting the box for one of 4 weapons, and those 4 weapons being the Dragunov, L96A1, Scavenger, or the Ray Gun. And in that order, that's from the strongest to the weakest weapon. The Dragunov being the strongest, the Ray Gun being the weakest, but they're still the most effective weapons at killing George in this map. So if you were to get the Dragunov or the L96, I would pack a bunch of those first, and then once you get those packed, just keep shooting George over and over in the head because they are the most effective at killing him. If you get the Scavenger or the Ray Gun, you can just use all the ammo in the unpacked variants of those weapons, and so on and so forth, and pack the weapons after, of course. Now, by about like 20 minutes in, or around 10 to 12, you're able to kill George for the first time to find out what your perk is. However, there was another way you could kill George. Sometimes in the earlier rounds, you will get a death machine. If you get a death machine, you could easily tank George's health by just shooting him in the head constantly. You get him in the water and just keep shooting him over and over and over. And if you do this with 2 death machines very efficiently, you can actually kill him without hitting the box at all for a single weapon. But getting those 2 death machines and doing as much damage as you can, it is a little difficult, and you have to get your 4 perks before doing that. So it's honestly not worth it trying to get 2 death machines to kill George after you get 4 perks. It's better just hitting the box. But if you were to get Meal Kick as your 5th perk from George after killing him with whatever weapon you get out of the box or death machine, whatever. Then you just keep going until you get quick revive next. And if you obviously didn't get meal cake, you just restart the game, rinse and repeat, and that's the challenge. It does get very repetitive very quickly, but if you are dedicated like me, you could definitely do the challenge without any hassle. So with all that being said, that's pretty much everything I want to cover in this video. I'm going to do like a little montage of like my successful attempt. Just like how I started this video with me basically being super happy I finally completed the challenge. I'm also going to end this video with me being super happy again. So hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm going to go ahead, skip to the little montage thing. But these are my final words of this video, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Trust me, I'm going to get it today. Oh! Oh!
Oh shit.
Oh! This could be the run! Oh, my heart is actually beating so fast.
Okay, all set for it failed. All set for it.
She
Right, boys? Boys?
Yes! Yes!
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go. There it is. There it is.